no love lost. Yeah. I say it's no love lost. I say it's no love lost. We clocking in, taking no time off. It's no love lost. I say it's no love lost. We lost again, but it's not your fault. It's no love lost. Yeah.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Josh. Welcome back to the No Love Lost podcast. Welcome back to No Love Lost TV. If you guys can, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, give us a like, thumbs up. I just want to say thank you guys for the tremendous support you guys have given us. I think our last episode, was our best episode that we got views-wise, so thank you guys for that. Thank you for the shares. Also, the No Love Lost spring and summer collection is out now. Go get it. All descriptions will be below, as well as links, everything like that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Back to No Love Lost TV. It's Josh. Here I got Daniel Torrez.
What up?
Zach Anaya.
Hello.
So, funny fact is, I actually went to high school, both of you, at two different schools. So me and Zach played football my sophomore through my junior year, and at Rio Grande, and then I transferred to Valley illegally. Don't tell Anaya, but I went to Valley my senior year, because I probably wouldn't have graduated. Honestly, it was just like something I had to do just for myself. I only knew actually one person, so it was kind of like I didn't even tell nobody on the team.
Yeah, we kind of.
We noticed. I kind of just stopped going to practice, and I ran into coach one day, and he was like, "You coming to practice anytime soon?" I said, "Nah, I'm at Valley." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I moved down there to the North Valley." But
you missed out on anything.
Nah, and then
what year was that? That was
2009, 2010.
A while back, right?
Yeah. So,
I was a freshman.
You're a freshman?
Yeah.
Really? No, you were a sophomore.
Sophomore.
You're younger than me. You're a sophomore.
2009.
2009, you're going into 2009.
2010. I was a sophomore that year.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I remember. I didn't think Valley was gonna be as wild as Rio was.
You didn't want to say ghetto. You did not want to say it.
But it was actually
no,
Rio Grande not at all.
Nah, it was. I feel like I don't know. Maybe to me, I just had different expectations, and as I thought Rio was like the cream of the crop for a while, and Valley, I went to Valley, and I was like, oh man, this is like home.
Oh, dude,
there's new people.
There's different levels.
Yeah,
different levels. I went to La Cueva my senior year. That's a different type of wild.
Yeah,
That's a different type of wild.
dude, I went to St. Mary's.
Really?
I went from St. Mary's to Valley.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
you want to talk about a little bit of
Like
culture
a
shock,
little
dude.
E in there.
So, so actually, you talk about La Cueva. So you know my cousin Whip, of course.
Yeah.
You remember Damien?
Dude, I remember everybody.
So I still talk to all those guys. Damien, Dom, Adrian,
Dude.
Mark Jones. We're all in a group chat actually. And so Damien and my cousin, they coach at La Cueva now.
Damien was a complete badass.
Yeah.
On the field.
Oh,
It's just in case, like, you do it both ways, dude, he was playing JV, varsity.
Oh, no,
everything,
you're talking about. So no, I'm talking about Coach E. Damien,
Coach E.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
him as Damien Elabadio.
Oh,
Coach E.
that's my coach. He was my receiver.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
He's the
So
head coach of La Cueva now?
no, he's like the skills back. He's probably one of the coaches in town that has never gotten a head coach job that really deserves one.
I
He's
knew a
a
place that
badass.
will hire him.
Yeah.
That guy taught me a lot.
But he does not want to go to
Independent.
Yeah.
No,
So
that guy taught me a lot, man.
no, yeah. I mean, salute to them. They're all my buddies. I talk to them every day.
Hell yeah,
But,
dude. That's awesome.
yeah. So that was just a quick little fun fact on, I guess.
Basically,
where
we're
we're
just
at.
some
Yeah,
Valley
tied
kids
up.
doing this.
Yeah.
Albuquerque is the smallest big city in the world.
Yeah, like I walked in, I was like, I know this guy. You're like, I
It's
know
like,
from someone.
It's
I
like
don't
every
know
time
what-
you walk into Target or Walmart, bro, you're just like.
Thank God for
I know
masks
it, I know
now.
it.
But I'm only 6'3" Mexican walking around and no problem. They don't know it's me.
Bro, like master are I can imagine being single with this whole mask.
Yeah, dude, I thought about that the other day. Like, yo, how are the kids like getting dates now, bro? They're just like
Tinder.
I mean,
Swipe right, lady.
I mean,
I didn't have to ever use Tinder, bro. Like,
I mean, there's the whole social media thing, but so basically,
I
like,
got lucky like that.
with my clothing brand, it was really like the reason why I printed these flyers. The reason why it took me so long for me to build a website was basically because I wanted to do a hand-to-hand exchange. Like I wanted to do a personal exchange, just because my clothing brand, you know, it's not just a brand to me. Like it's been my story, you know. So I wanted to be real personal, people, and now it's kind of like, can I be that personal? Like, can I still go hand out flyers without people looking at me like I'm crazy? So it's a really great area. I haven't tried to pass out flyers at the mall yet, but it's definitely something now. You know, now with the launch, with the new launch that I'm probably gonna do.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, no, I mean, I spend all day
So-
marketing, so it's like.
that's what I say. So I guess let's get into our first topic. How has COVID impacted like you guys? Like, because I think you started during COVID, right?
Yeah, at this brokerage, I started right as things were getting pretty deep inside of COVID. I got my license March 16th, and everything shut down March 18th.
Yeah, let's say the 27th, 18th. So, I mean, I'm sure it's impacted you as far as like the whole welcome, you know.
I'm a very personable person. I like to be out there meeting people.
Yeah.
So these Zoom meetings, you know, having to do phone calls, it's been difficult. But I mean, it's all I've ever known in this industry. So it's not like I'm learning something new. Daniel here, though, has been here since the beginning with Rock. So, you know, I'm sure he's getting used to the new normal.
I mean, so
I hate it when he says that.
so as far as like COVID, how has it impacted you as far as sales, marketing, you know, reaching out to customers? Because
Yeah, man, no,
I don't know the ins
it's,
and outs of it.
it's totally been, I mean, when I first got into this, you know, the first thing that I told everybody was organic. Like, we don't want to pay to play. I mean, big advertisers have been doing this for years, you know.
Yeah, you want
you
personal experience.
Yeah.
Exactly. And really what we've done is take experience and focus on that. And the rest of it, you know, when you put a post up online, what is that post doing for people? You know what I mean? And so for us, like we always say,
keep going.
yeah, well, I mean, traditional marketing right now will say like you got 3 seconds to grab their attention. Like yeah, but then what are you gonna do with that attention once you get it? So I feel like all these marketing people now do just focus on getting that attention.
And see,
at any means necessary.
that's my big thing, like, cause I never knew the marketing side of anything. So
Neither did I.
Little-
Don't.
little backstory. I've been in sales since out of high school.
Mm.
I worked at Peerless. I was assistant manager there, sales there.
What is that? What was you saying?
Tires.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
so-
yeah,
I was
okay.
thinking the import place.
And so I was up there off of Coors and Central area. And
Oh,
to
yeah.
sell someone some new tires there, like you had to be really good. You know,
And the
to be like,
Movida, bro.
I'll just go to the,
They gotta have the Movida.
Yeah.
I'll go across the street.
I'll just go to the place right across the street, $10 a tire, you know. So, and then after that, I moved up to the jail for 5 years.
Yeah.
I worked at the jail for 5 years.
You work with Edgar up there?
Yeah, I worked
Yeah.
with Edgar. I worked with Sysmedia.
Yeah.
I worked with a lot of people from high school. I worked with God, what's his name? Mario.
Yeah.
I can't think of his last name.
Dude.
Flores.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cop now.
And yeah, he is a cop. Which that's a good thing. I want to get into that because I have something for you. That's
Oh, here we go.
He's a
no,
good
no,
dude.
no,
Yeah,
no,
he's a
no,
good dude, man.
no, it's really
Mario
positive.
was a
Okay.
badass.
But so, and then after that, it was really like where do I want to go? So I hopped into sales, and it was I did business to business with ADT, and that was a real personal experience, you know, because you really go inside the business and say, hey, what is an alarm system to you guys?
Yeah.
You know? And then from then I went to Verizon, and it was terrible. It was just slow. Like the location was nice, but it was just slow because the way the location was built
Can't
to get
turn
in.
into
Yeah,
it, yeah.
exactly. So It was real terrible, but I learned some cool things as far as like really upselling.
Yep.
That really helped me with the upsell. And so then I went to Comcast.
Yeah.
And I did door-to-door home sales. But you talk about the personal experience. That's what Comcast really built themselves around with my team, was the personal experience, as far as like, hey, what package, like this covers every single package, like this, this and this and this, and you kind of tailor something to them. So when you say that personal experience, I definitely know what you mean, and that's why, like, when I built my brand, I wanted to build it on the personal experience, because like we all have a story, like, you know what I mean, like what no love lost means to me might mean totally different to somebody else. You know? So it's
I haven't heard that story yet either. If you want.
Oh, the no love lost story.
I'm sure the fans all know it. But
so basically, my mom was a heroin addict for 20 years of my life. She abandoned me when I was like 2 years old. And we tried to build a relationship whenever I was 20, and I saw her get booked into jail whenever I was working at the jail. And she told me she was clean, and I looked at her charges. It was trafficking. She was in the detox tank. So like that was a hard pill for me to swallow. But me loving my mom, even though we didn't have the best relationship, I still looked out for her. I still made sure, hey, can you give my mom an extra tray, whatever, And basically, long story short is we just can't have a relationship. Like there's the relationship between her and I. So she actually came to my house last Friday, so the 3rd of July, and she tried to, and my mom always tries to barge her way back into my life, and it was tough because like I didn't expect her, I was like, oh crap, my mom's here, and so she dropped off some fireworks, and I've been meaning, like I've done a lot of healing, from myself, from my childhood, learning how to reparent, unlearning and relearning, things like that. So I had to talk to her, and my wife was like, no, like I don't want you to go fight out there, and I was like, nah, like it's like I just gotta get some shit off my chest, and whenever she came out, she was kind of aggressive. She was like, what? And I was like, nah, like look. So what happened was basically my mom got in my face, my sister got in my face, my sister hit me a couple times, I hit her a couple times, and it just kind of blew up from there. So my mom was still real like, what, you know what I mean? And we just started talking, like, because she doesn't know how to respect my wife, calls my wife out of her name, all this and that. And like to me, like that's just not gonna happen. And I, especially like a month after we got married, I told my wife, like what I did before we got married, like that was that. But after we take that, we take that oath, I'm taking that serious. Like I'm taking that to the heart, like this is it. And so my mom kind of, it didn't blow up, she was like, I need to see my grandkids. I said, Mom, you'll be fine. I told her, because when I was 5, 6 years old and I needed you, where were you at? So you needed something more than you needed me whenever I needed you the most. I said, so you'll be fine. I told her, you'll be okay. I know you'll be fine, because I might be a little messed up right now, but I'm working through, I'm figuring things out. And of course, she didn't like that. It wasn't what she wanted to hear. And I was walking away, and on one of our new shirts, so this is one of them, but on the other one, it has loyalty, and it has a dash, and it has love under it. So loyalty over love. And she was like, there is no loyalty without love. And I told her, exactly, you just summed up my whole, like loyalty over love. Like those who are loyal to you are those that really love you, Like just because you're my mom doesn't mean you necessarily love me the way I want you to love me. And
and that's a hard thing to figure out sometimes, especially when it's things that like
your parent,
people that are with things that are destroying themselves, like the whole enablement factor is a crazy thing for like anybody to try to comprehend, because at what point, like, because you love them, do you have to let them go? In a sense.
No, I
you know what I mean? But it's so complex, because what impact can you have is like always like that hard question that like.
I mean that's the whole thing. Like like I had to separate myself. And you had to get you right, bro. Yeah.
Like you had to.
Yeah,
you had to fill all those holes that she could.
And it was just like, So the ultimate what happened last Friday was, I got to tell my mom, like, I forgive you, I forgive you for, and I always say, yeah, I forgive you, but I never understood what I forgave her for.
Mhm.
Now was the time where I learned to forgive her, like, it wasn't her fault why, she knew better, but it wasn't her fault because of her upbringing.
Don't we all, bro?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just her upbringing, the way that she was, like, she knew better, but that was the way she was raised. She wasn't raised with the best parents. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't raised in that good home. So it was like, I forgive you for one, abandoning me. I forgive you for not being the best parent, and I forgive you for, not being the best mother now. I told her, and I still love her, and I still care for her. Like, that's still my mom, but I love myself more, and I care for myself more. That I have to live my life for my 5 kids.
Yeah.
Like.
You
I'm
got
sorry.
responsibilities, man.
That's it, man. Like,
You got,
that's it. So
How'd it go?
Yeah, how did you respond to that?
oh shit, like, I was a fucking asshole and a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And but that right there.
But it was free. They say forgiveness is for you.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Like, I gotta tell my mom. So me and my pops kind of got into it like a month ago too, and it was just me and my pops didn't see eye to eye. Like, I kind of thought he was dogging me, but my dad just didn't know how to express himself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And but at the same time, I gotta tell my dad, like, hey, I lived my life for him for 27 years to make him happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel that.
and it killed me inside. Like, I went through depression. I didn't own up to what I thought his expectations were of me,
Mm-hmm.
and it killed me. So now I told him, I'm not living my life for you no more. And my dad said, I never wanted you to live your life for me.
There you go.
But it was just like,
You didn't know that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I perceived it as.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy, man. I got 2 boys now.
yeah.
I got
it's
my own little relationships. to
So
build
one
now.
thing we learned as parents, and that we didn't have in our household was, we have an open table. Where we talk about everything. Like, before, it used to be like, shut up, you're the parent, I'm the kid, or I'm the parent, you're the kid. Like, what I say goes.
Because I said so.
Yeah,
That's the-
exactly.
Hey, it doesn't go away.
No,
It doesn't go.
That's
I
still the
still
kid
say
is
that.
safe.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's just exactly it. Like, now I'm like, okay, so I'm like,
Yeah. No, do you think that's a product of our heritage and our
Yeah,
culture?
dude,
Like,
definitely.
because I still, like, I'm almost 30 years old, and I still feel that way. Like, I call my mom every night. I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving work. She's like, okay.
No,
Like, it's like, it's just, you just have this familial bond. Like,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
the parental,
Yeah.
you know?
It's very heavily like prevalent in Mexican culture, dude. Like, you don't leave the house. You
I'll
all
say
live.
bye.
You all live together.
Yeah, at least
Well,
3
no,
times.
you don't leave the house until you're married and like ready to go. Like,
And see, me,
there's
I
no
left the
like
house-
transitional like
I left the house
on
at
your own.
17.
Mostly for girls.
I can
yeah.
see that
The
line.
guys,
Yeah.
the guys
No.
will leave
But you
and
see,
get to go.
But then, like, you leave, and I'll give you a background of my story here too, because I'm on the other end of that. I had a very good upbringing.
No, yeah.
Really
So,
good.
Same here, bro. Yeah.
So that's actually what I wanted to get into was your upbringing.
Yeah.
Because, and I, go ahead.
No, I mean, like,
I'll
my
chime
parents
in.
have given me anything I've ever needed. They've always supported me in everything I've ever done. I had high expectations when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Abnormally.
Abnormally high expectations. I wanted to be, legitimately thought I was going to become the president of the United States of America.
Yeah,
I thought that. But I really, it's the person. I got to college and things spiraled out of control, man. I'm not going to lie about that.
Well, you
Things,
kind of, you take a step back. I mean, how much were you coddled?
I don't think I was coddled either. The thing is,
No.
like, I got there and I was introduced to an entirely new world. When I was at Rio, and I will not lie, I thought I was better than everybody. I legitimately thought I was better than everybody.
Yeah.
I walked around like I was.
That guy should have
And
went to the Pueblo.
I got to college and I was surrounded by peers, people I thought were my equal,
Yeah.
and it was just something that was not sustainable. I couldn't do it.
Because then
So-
you were the impressor.
so-
you had to.
So one thing I do, and this is one thing. So, we're in a very big time with activism and a change in our world now. And everyone talks about change. And one thing that I was talking about change is, I was telling people, like, you guys want change. If we want change and we need change, it starts with us. It starts with us at home.
Yeah.
And when it starts with us at home, we have to be able to tell our kids, hey, it's okay to be a politician. Hey, it's okay to be a police officer. It's okay to be, this.
Yeah.
it's okay to be that. And I'll tell you what, in the Valley, the only person that I knew that wanted to be a politician was this guy. And all of us called him a fucking weirdo. We all called him, I mean,
Everything. Yeah.
every name in the book. And now, like, I feel bad because it's like, what if this man could have been, you know, what he thought he was, you know what I mean? So it's now I encourage my kids to do whatever they want or to be like, that's the change that we need.
To be fair, I was an asshole. I was a tool, right? You know, but like I was like, you know, but I know where you're coming from, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do, because what we do is we raise the kids. From what I've seen, previous generations, they raise them to, you know, be manly, macho. You got to go out, you know. I think it's different for Hispanic households too. You know, like my dad, he's gonna be what 57. That guy wakes up at 5:30 in the morning. He doesn't go to sleep until 10. He works his ass off, and you know that's what they ingrain in us.
Yep.
And if we could just take those values and that work ethic and put it towards something that can be used for the greater good instead of the dollar in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the sky's the limit for us here. We're 49th in education in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
But I think we should be number one in work ethic. And legit, you know, people joke around like, oh, the
I think
land
we
of
are
Anaya,
because you got to think of the undocumented people who are working.
and that's another
You
thing
know,
too. Like, that's completely.
I mean, I don't want to get too crazy into it, but that was just one take that I wanted to.
Yeah.
So check this
Why
out.
did they
This is I got a lot to say on that too, because this is a little bit of my story, bro. My grandma was an immigrant, came into this country. You know what I mean, dude? She worked at Levi's sewing jeans for
Your
years.
grandma knows my auntie.
Probably,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're probably related at some point. Like,
New Mexico.
so that's my mom's side, bro. Like my mom and they were good. You know what I mean? Because my mom grew up fast because of that. She had to translate. You know what I mean? Like and they made a lot of sacrifices to be here. And so and then on my dad's side, bro, like my dad had 13 brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Like he was the youngest boy. And so there's just so much, you know, that he had to do for himself. You know what I mean? He was getting third row, you know, sneakers that were already ran through, and he was using Sharpies to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
get these things back. Like
to
so,
make them decent.
yeah. So both my parents, bro, went to be just good, hardworking individuals. My dad's a UPS driver. He just retired. Did 26 years in the war zone. And loved every, you know, he loved what he did.
Honestly, I heard UPS is not a bad job.
It is a good, honest job, bro.
I heard
you
that,
work your ass off,
yeah.
but you get paid decent, and you
Get
know,
to retire.
You get to do
12
things like retire.
12
bro.
hours
Yeah,
a day,
yeah,
my
for
cousin
sure.
told me. 12 hours a day,
And it's
6
getting
days a
worse,
week.
bro. It's getting like
Oh,
yeah.
6 days a
Talk
week.
to show some love to your local UPS guys.
No, man.
because
I mean, anytime I see
these
my
guys bust
UPS
their
man,
balls,
I
bro.
always see my my mailman. But hey, you
Yeah.
want water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something, and I think that would just might have been another way that we were raised.
For
you know?
sure, bro. Because I saw it, bro. Like I saw my dad come home every night, bro. Like
Tired, busted balls.
he literally like worked his knees out of commission almost, bro. Like it's crazy. But he was able to do pretty much everything that he wanted to do by us, bro. I didn't go without
Ever.
And now, and I wouldn't say like I'm spoiled in contrast to like, you know, the kids in Mexico who were, it tripped me out. Like, for someone to Juarez, this kid my age, bro, was like spraying the window when we were coming into the city, and
That's
like,
insane.
dude, it changed me, bro. Like I realized that moment that like, dude, I got it fucking made.
Yeah,
Like we got it made, bro.
Like that was one thing, you know. Like I think so. If I'm understanding this right, both of you guys grew up with both parents.
Real decent, bro.
In home, right?
Yeah.
Home.
Yeah.
And see
Every opportunity in the world, bro. And like by 8th grade, I didn't even know college was like an option. Like I thought that was just like the next step.
That's what has to happen.
Like I didn't know that like you didn't have to go to college.
And see, so I'm gonna take it here. So the next.
But then
one,
it got crazy.
Yeah, she got crazy. I think it did for both of us.
Dude, this is on the other side of like my chaos, bro. Like shit, in a nutshell, bro. Like got into DJing, got into partying really hard, ran a lot of parties, partied hard, every which way, shape, and form that you could possibly think of. Like
I think that's the thing with like Hispanics and Mexicans is because, like for me, like I had a curfew of 10 o'clock.
Yeah, me too.
And,
Never went out.
And so after high school, like I I went
Nuts.
batshit crazy.
Dude,
bro.
yeah,
I mean,
shit,
like,
bro.
see,
I would literally sleep like 5 hours
Yup.
from Thursday all the way to Sunday, and I worked a full-time job during
Yeah.
those times. I apprentice. How I did it, I don't know, but
barely, we barely made it out. Is what the fuck
You
happened.
but-
you know,
Dude,
but
like,
there's a lot.
but I partied so much now, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't been shit-faced drunk since my wedding, which my anniversary.
Yeah.
My anniversary is actually 4 days.
Oh, shit.
So, like,
it's
I
been
haven't
years
been-
since you-
yeah. Yeah, so I mean,
Congrats.
I've had a shot here and there. I've had a beer maybe here and there, but it's not like.
We were gonna get beer. I don't know if you wanted
No,
to.
Yeah, we did. We're just like, should we go with a beer?
And
I
I think like a big part of it was I was depressed and I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to deal with myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 9 times out of 10, I would just
And to stay on
Turn
that,
it off, bro.
Just-
you just numb it.
to
You
stay
know what I
on
mean?
that, we need to address depression in our culture because it's,
Well,
it's
so-
pushed under the rug.
so
Yeah.
that was a big thing. That was the whole reason why I started this podcast, because whenever I started talking to people about the meaning behind my brand, the guy was like, man, like the meaning behind your brand, it's so much bigger than just a clothing brand.
Yeah.
He was like, you need to
Share that.
Share that story,
exactly.
yeah.
And so like my first 2 episodes, bro, they were dark, bro. Like they were dark. But you know, and then it was cool because I started having people like, hey, like, you know, I want to get on. I want to tell my story. You know what I mean? Which I was like, cool, you know. And there's people where you see them, their energy's just not right. You know what I mean? And I've ran into them like 3-4 months after, like, hey, this is what I did to help me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I know everything because I'm not a healer, I'm not a counselor, but this is what helped
This
me.
is what-
Try it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen 3-4 months later, and they're like, "Hey, thank you." I'm like, "No, I mean, I gave you the tools. You know, you used the tools and you ran with them."
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
like that was me. Like to go to my dad and tell my dad, "Hey, I have depression." My dad told me,
What?
"What do you mean you have depression? What are you depressed about?"
Thank you. I get that. I get that 100%. I feel you on that.
I had the opposite. My parents were like, you need therapy.
no, yeah, and
That-
I ain't
You know, and I don't want to make
I
it
don't
sound
wanna
like my dad was a dick about it.
No,
It's not,
no,
you know, it's the product of our culture.
Yeah, no,
You
truly,
know?
they like.
you have to be macho.
Yeah.
Don't show your feelings,
Yeah.
Like, you know,
So-
I've seen my dad cry twice in my life.
bro.
When his brother died, and then when my uncle
Yeah.
Norbert passed away a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, you know, I've seen my dad cry consistently since then.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen it before that. And I think
Bro.
that's universal.
Well,
My dad called me a crybaby whenever we got into our
Yeah.
thing. He told me I was very sensitive.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off, but I told
Yeah.
him, "Do you just think maybe I'm just that passionate? Like,
Yeah.
I care and I value people's opinions
Yeah.
so much."
Well, check this out, man. Like, I have a very unique perspective into how far this can go
Mhm.
culturally, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I told you my grandma was an immigrant, right?
Yeah.
So my mom, it was 2 of them. It was my mom and my tío Nacho Ignacio Perez. My uncle committed suicide 3 years ago. He jumped off the Taos Gorge Bridge. We would have never in a million years thought that this would happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He-
just
dude,
like
I
curious.
lived with him for 2 years. You know what I mean? Right after during college. So like I was close with this man, and dude, he had his problems. He went through a divorce, you know what I mean? Like kids, like shit, all kinds of shit. You know, broke up with a girlfriend, like some shit at work, like.
It all.
But here's what was crazy about it, dude, is that he didn't reach out to any of us. In fact, like when he left the letter, and one of his good friends wrote us a letter explaining like how empathetic and giving of an individual my deal was. He legitimately believed that he was doing everyone else a favor by ending it. By, you know, my grandma was getting old. It was a lot of work to take care of her. My mom was taking care of her. You know,
You don't want to burden anyone.
bingo, and dude, it was a wild time, bro, because like weird things. Like I saw him 5 times on the road the week before he went missing. We were scheduled to have beers like that week, bro. So it wasn't a sense of like immediate loneliness, which he was going through at the time. He was living alone. You know, that's It's not good for depression. You know what I mean? Loneliness is a big vehicle for that.
The cousin.
You got to get out of that shit. You gotta go meet some people, find some people. You know what I mean? Get online, shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Something.
But he worked himself into a corner, bro, where he couldn't see an end, a future. You know what I mean? Where he was taken care of. You know what I mean? When he was old, like his, I don't know. But I will say this, bro. Like, he was such a giving man, and his father, my grandpa, they rekindled the relationship very recently in our lives. But my grandpa wasn't there, bro. He was a drinker. You know, there was some really nasty stories. You know, just a couple about like the bad things that happened, bro. Like with my uncle, and he didn't open up. And his answer was to go to the doctor. And the doctors gave him sleeping pills and antidepressants together while he was living alone. Which we've come to find out down the road that doctors shouldn't be doing that shit.
No.
Yeah.
Because
It's a toxic little combination, bro. And it put him in such a dark place, dude, that he did this.
Yeah.
And see, like, I broke down after that whole situation with my mom because I was just angry all the time. And I was like, I have anger issues. And I saw a counselor. And she was like, no, you don't have anger issues. You have depression. Like, that's how you know how to act out. And I was like, oh, shit. What do you mean, you know? And she was like, you know, PTSD, anxiety, you know, the whole 9 yards. She was like, you have it. Like, she goes, Josh, you have it to where you can go fill out paperwork and be like, here, and they'll pay you for the rest of your life. She goes, is that what you want? I was like, no.
What do you think about PTSD, bro? That shit's crazy, huh?
I have PTSD from my childhood, from working at the jail.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, they'll call codes and, like, all right. So we were at Bed Bath & Beyond. We're doing our wedding registry, right? And they called the code inside the shower, in the shower curtains. And, like, I switched, bro. Like I just, like, it was go time.
Yeah.
And, like, my heart started pounding. And
moving.
And it was just, like, I had to take a minute, you know? And my wife was like, are you okay, you know? Like, my PTSD is really bad to where I have to sit, like, not anymore. I've really gotten over it. I really let go of life, and I've let, you know, life handle itself. Like, I learned that I can't control everything in life. I think that's the thing about us, is that we try to control our lives. We try to control what happens when I'm gonna plan this, I'm gonna plan that. I have to have this, and I think that falls into those expectations of us. Like, I need a house by the time I'm 21. I need a house by the time I'm this. And that right there,
you do.
That will eat you, and that will fucking kill you, because I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen my friends getting houses. I've seen my friends getting cars. I'm still staying in an apartment, and I have, you know.
Oh, that's just your homies too. Let's talk about Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Let's talk about all this bullshit that's out there.
So now, one thing I learned, and one thing I try to tell people, is love the fucking grind, because.
You want to come work
here?
A
job.
And the reason why you love the fucking grind is because one day, I know I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I know one day
That's the mindset you need.
Yeah.
I know one day, man, I'm gonna have
and
a
you
fucking.
know it's failing forward, bro. Like, you know,
I'm
you're
gonna have a fucking beach house. Okay, so backlog.
I'll sell it to you.
I quit my.
We sell real estate, guys.
In case you didn't know.
I quit my job back in December.
All right.
With Comcast. They gave me a good 2.5 months to figure out my life. And they said, you're really fucked up in the head, go see a counselor. And we're going to pay you. I said,
that's cool, man.
I said, cool. It was the day before I was supposed to go back to work. My boss called me. He said, hey, you come back to work tomorrow. I said, you know what, Nate? I'm really torn right now. I told him, I don't know what I want to do. I told him, let's not get this straight. I am forever grateful for Comcast. Like, you guys gave me 2.5 months to sit at home. You guys gave me a counselor. You guys gave me everything I needed.
The hell of a company.
All of the
just switch, bro.
No, don't. I will tell you why. All of the resources you need to figure out your life. And so that I did, and that was a counselor I talked to, and she changed my life. She talked about manifestation. She talked about affirmations. She talked about going, bro. I swear, oh, kid me not. She told me to go outside with just my bare feet and just sit outside in the grass and just sit there for 10 minutes. She said you can be on your phone, you can read, you can think, you can do whatever. And the old me would die.
It's crazy.
Man, she's fucking wild.
Oh yeah.
I did it, bro. I swear to God, the next day I woke up so energetic. I woke up so like I was a different person. But it's I'm a firm believer in energies. So I gained all the energies, from the earth. And going back to Comcast, I told my boss, like, hey, like, I built this clothing brand. And he was like, well, what else are you gonna do? So, I don't know. So, but I'll figure it out, I'll figure out the way. I didn't save up no money. I had no savings.
Oh, shit.
I had no nothing. But I just knew like this isn't where I wanted to be. To this day, 7.5 months later, I still don't have a job. I found ways, Forex, buying some, the clothing brand, the podcast, buying pallets, selling stuff from pallets. Man, like, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me I'm spending 80 hours of my life for a $1,300 check when I can make that in.
And I think there's what's important to understand too is that there's two sides to capitalistic game. You have the business start, and then you have the people who help you run it. So employer, employee.
Yeah.
It's a symbiotic relationship. You know what I mean? It's something that is so important to be able to have people who are willing to be loyal.
That's it.
And to work hard.
That's it.
And be okay with somebody else running the direction of the thing. But the best companies are able to put that together.
And we're in a unique situation here. And that's not me kissing ass to our boss. We're in a very unique situation here. I've worked for some of the biggest companies in the world. Northwestern Mutual, Robert Half.
Yeah.
We have the most incredible culture here where I don't feel like I work every day.
And see,
dude, it's
a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah,
and see, that's where I'm at now. Like, I remember waking up and, man, at Comcast, I made my own schedule. Like, I would go knock on doors whenever I wanted to. I had the freedom. You know what I mean? Like,
it's important, but empowerment to your employees and making them understand and feel that they have control and actually giving them control.
Yeah. But it was just to fuck, I have to go to work. I have to do this. And I love talking to people, obviously, because I have a podcast.
There's days in every job, bro. Like, every work is toil at some point.
It's not all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But whenever I turn back to when I say fall in love with the fucking grind, it's because someday you're gonna build a company.
Well, you know where the train's going, and
at
least the
We
direction.
gotta have a conductor on it too.
But if you fall in love with the grind, whenever you make it there, whenever your final stop is there, and you got to a Jeff Bezos where you don't even know what the fucking grind is anymore, like, you're gonna turn back.
So you could lose half of it and still be the richest man in the world.
So
you ever heard of Andy Frisella?
There we go.
Yeah.
Andy has, 100% completely reframed a lot of my mindset, dude. And like the constantly pushing new goals in front of other goals. It's interesting when you said like the end point, because Andy's talked about that, like where he gets to a certain point that he had that was at the time a completely unimaginable goal. Dude, if you haven't seen their new facility, oh my goodness gracious.
No, I haven't actually.
It's
Oh shit.
It's amazing. But he talks about, and I've seen this in a small form, when people retire, dude, a lot of times guys go into depression. And honestly, bro, like, I watched my dad deal with that in a certain way, shape, or form.
Because they've worked their whole life, and now it's a new life.
It's kind of a loss of identity when you stop having.
What do I mean? Like,
dude, and I watched my dad have to like figure that out for himself, dude. And dude, it started with like him building my son a tree house.
Thing's beast, by the way.
Dude, when
It's
I
not
say
just a
tree
tree
house,
house.
it's a house in a fucking tree.
I never see anything like it.
it's got power, bro. It's got like it's the most ridiculous.
I told my dad
thing.
about it. I was like, hey, I want to have a kid so you can do this for me.
It was incredible.
Grow a
dude.
tree.
Like he had a structural engineer, like one of our like family buddies, come by to like check it out, like see what he thought. The guy was tripping out. He's like, dude, did you get plans written for this thing? Like it's the most ridiculous treehouse.
He did
I've
the
ever seen.
Hispanic way.
But my dad's brilliant like that, bro. He knows how to make something out of nothing, bro. But he just does it.
And I
he
think,
he just
he just did it. Like he just did it. Didn't tell nobody about it.
It trips me out, bro.
So
Like,
that was my biggest thing is I used to tell everybody my plans.
Don't.
Now I don't tell fucking nobody shit. Like I just do that shit. Like
Yeah.
like bro, like okay, so these hats I literally sampled them out yesterday, right? I've been working on for a week. I didn't post them nowhere. I didn't post a mock-up nowhere. I mean, I told select people, you know, I mean, the people who I confide in as far as like, hey, what do you think about this design? What do you think about that?
Best design.
And I just posted it, like, boom, you know what I mean? And it's I used to talk a lot about what I'm going to do in life. And now it's like, so the people who I listen to is Eric Thomas.
Okay. Yeah.
He has this song called Rehab, bro, where it just fucking hits me. Like, you know, like he says, I'm not 100% today, but I will get there one day.
Yeah.
He also says, I might not beat you at your SATs, but I will fucking outwork you.
Dude, we say it all the time here. Like,
there's
not, I mean, when you distill it down, bro, like, you want to win, you just have to work harder.
That's it, bro. Like, and then the next person I listen to is Gary Vee.
You know what you need to listen to? This is a shameless plug.
Andy
Frisella and the Rock Alliance podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not joking, man. I swear, Ramon, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You need to watch Ramon Casals and Alex Cordova. Those guys, another level. They just walked out right now. You saw them. We could probably
Cordova,
do that at some point. I'm assuming.
The one that was just here?
Yeah. Alex Cordova is a beast. I can't tell you what he makes a year, but let's just say he puts everyone in this building to shame. He's an animal, and he cares. Does that make sense? Like
No.
most people I've
He's
ever
humble.
met in this industry,
He's
man,
humble.
he doesn't show it. He dresses well. He dresses very well, but he doesn't put it in your face, you know. And he doesn't talk about what he's doing. You know, he doesn't. What does Ramon say? He has a lot of irons in the fire. We all have a lot of irons in the fire here. And you don't, you know, you take them out, they cool down.
So I think.
But he's built that.
Yeah, he's built
that. Understand it.
No, yeah. So
Alex,
He loves the grind.
yes.
That's he does.
So you guys are entrepreneurs. Like
Mhm.
you guys might work for a company, but if you don't fucking go out and talk to people you don't need, like plain and simple. Like I don't know how the whole thing goes. So what really sparked me to become an entrepreneur was I remember my senior year, my dad was home one day for 3 days, and I said, hey, like, you alright? You good? Like, he said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, well, how come you get home? Because my dad used to leave to work at 5:30 in the morning. So I'd get home and he wouldn't be, or I would wake up and he wouldn't be here. And he was like, I got laid off. He worked at Honeywell for 23 years. Worked for the government for 23 years. 2 years away from retiring.
Wow.
2 years, not a severance package, nothing. He trained 2 guys that they told him we're getting them ready in 2 years to, you know.
Replace you eventually.
Yeah, eventually. He trained them for 6 months. I told him, see you later. We went a different way. So what did that teach me at 18 years old? Do I want to work for the man that says,
Which
hey,
was government.
yeah, which was really government, that says, hey, you trained 2 guys and we no longer need you no more.
Independent contract.
It's bullshit, dude.
We no longer need you no
Well,
more.
here's another big thing that like Andy Frisella, dude. He's
Check.
he's amazing. He talks about, dude. You know how many offers he gets for replacement machinery to help? They produce protein powders and performance supplements. Dude, they could put it all on a machine and have machines create these for them.
AI.
And they could do it
AI technology is
100%.
coming.
And they could do it for way cheaper. He refuses to integrate any kind of automation in that process so that he can employ all of those people that are employed by Firstborn. And there's a lot of families that eat because of Firstborn. A lot of families. And they went from one little shop, bro, sleeping in the back on a piss-stained mattress is what he always says. And literally living in where they were selling these supplements,
Fucking
bro.
grind it.
Dude,
Grind.
for 10 years he'd make shit.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And for us,
every
we like
time-
it's crazy because you start to see those lessons actually playing out, bro. Like this didn't look like this 2 years ago, bro.
Bro, every time
we didn't have the gold mics 2 years ago.
Every
dude.
time I make money, bro, I go reinvest that.
There you go.
Company.
Yeah, that's it.
I
You
might
gotta
not-
reinvest into yourself.
Yeah, well, the company, like, bro, today I just bought a fucking circuit. Like, it's a fucking stencil cutter out. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, fuck, like, I'll learn another grind from that. My wife will learn another grind from that.
It's the skills, bro.
Like,
it's all skills.
exactly, like, that's it. So, back to Comcast. Actually, talking to somebody, he said, hey, how was everything going on your break, He said, hey, actually, Comcast let us go.
Oh shit.
So, and when I left, they were all laughing at me. What the fuck you doing? You're crazy. You know what I mean? You're gonna go start your business. Like, we're chilling. You know what I mean? Like, we're making 60 grand a year. Like, and that's people tell me all the time. You could be making, I could get you a job at $50K a year. I've had $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, and I did fuck with it. I don't have shit to do with it because I wasn't happy.
There you go.
I wasn't fucking happy. Money does not mean a goddamn thing whenever you aren't happy.
Yeah.
So now I find out, and I mean Comcast did it right. They gave him severance package.
Yeah.
They gave him the whole 9 yards. But I saw it coming. I just see the way AI technology is coming. Like,
Yeah.
It's the enemy, bro.
Oh, Daniel, ding, 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 ding. That's what you want to talk about. This is
cryptocurrency is gonna be the fucking thing of the future, bro.
Yeah.
Invest in cryptocurrency.
Do it, man. Just let it go.
What do you think?
He's holding back. Look, I've been around some very well-educated people.
Mhm.
I've been around some
It's
very
not
well.
Donald Trump right there.
I've been around the best people, the smartest people.
This next stimulus package is going to be very, very generous for
It's gonna be
people.
huge. But Daniel is legitimately one of the most intelligent individuals I've been around. I don't like listening to people that have different points of view from me. We're pretty much opposite on most issues.
But that's the great thing about America, bro, is we can agree to disagree. The reason why I like having disagreements is because you teach me something.
Yeah, well,
Exactly. He teaches me a lot.
Yeah.
He does. He doesn't know
No,
it.
but see, he digresses. It doesn't mean that he teaches me a lot, bro. Like politics is about the good of the whole.
And why that's not the case anymore? Both extremes on both ends have hijacked the entire system.
Bro.
Gosh, dude.
Bro, no, they don't, bro. Politics, both sides, either side you go on, they're both fucking crooked, bro.
It's
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, like, everyone, I could care less who's president because it ain't affecting me in any way. Honestly, when it comes down to it, what has Donald Trump done to help me or to hurt me in this last year? Nothing. I mean, he signed a stimulus check for me, but
from the
Trump
Democratic
bucks,
Congress.
bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I just like my life would still be going on.
But that's the beauty of America is, the president, Congress, they affect title things, but as of right now, what we're seeing is a massive cultural shift across this entire country where it is actually affecting us.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
That's
that
terrifying.
Yeah.
is. I mean,
For sure, dude.
I want to give a perfect example. I want to digress a little bit in local politics here. You see what's going on down our neck of the woods, down the valley?
no.
And down, okay, so District 12, right? This is shameless plug. Our state representative got the necessary amount of signatures to run for office, and then didn't put the office he was running for on the petition, so we don't have a Democrat running in the South Valley for the first time since the 1940s. All right? And we got to go back to the fact that local politics is where actual change is made. All right? So, yeah, the president doesn't affect us.
No, yeah.
Our local politicians do. They really do. So, I have something to announce at the end of your show, by the way. But
Oh, shit.
You have what?
I have something to announce at the end of your show.
Oh, okay.
At the end of your show.
I think that goes back to the change. Like, we have to create those politicians. We have to create
Yeah.
those. Like, so this is one thing I'm gonna leave for you guys. Well, not me, but one thing I've learned into is now, into entrepreneurship, LLCs, all these things like that. I learned how important it is for us to. I didn't get that right start as far as an entrepreneur. I didn't get that. Hey, this is how you become a business owner. This is how you become this. This is how you become that. One thing I did for my kids, I have an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old right now. I both got them 2 LLCs right now, both under their names.
Okay.
Just basic. Daniel so and so, and Nerea so and so.
That's a great name.
And the reason why I did that is because whenever they turn 18, 19, they get a part-time job. They say, hey, I have an LLC that's tenured, that has, my daughters will be 11 when she's 18, my son will be 17, or 7 when he's 18. I have a business that's tenured, and I have a part-time job, and I'm going to get a $50,000 loan on my business. So what does my son do with that? One, he either builds himself a business, he lives comfortably, or two, he goes and buys a home
From me.
ran down from an owner, turns around, flips that bitch for $120,000, or he rents it out. And my son made $120,000 maybe 2-3 years, but he has that right head start, right?
You give him vision. You look ahead. And so much of the problems are instant gratification in today's culture, where what's in front of your face here, like, oh, I'm gonna like that.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking ahead, and that's so rare.
I make and I said I'm gonna make it, right?
Yeah.
But if I don't make it, I'll be damned if my kids don't fucking make it. And if my son says, hey dad, I don't want to be a business owner, I want to whatever, the chess club or UNM, then
Shout out.
do that, son. Like, you know what I mean?
Let him be him.
I tried to force my son to play football for 2 years, and I realized he hated it, and I dogged him because, what are you doing out there? Like, I was out there. Yeah, but I took a step back, and I was like,
Dude, it'll destroy
like,
kids.
I saw another parent do it where he grabbed his son by the face mask and he was like, get your ass out there. And
Dude, I just watched Bad News Bears for the first time. You know, see what I'm talking about? Where everybody just like goes silent and the coach throws it. He's
The new one?
no,
the new one.
The
Yeah,
newer
yeah.
one.
the old one too. And he,
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
That, like, dude, I even was like,
no, yeah, but you push the kid on the but
and that's a little lead, bro.
No,
That's
but-
That's the way I've been up since I was 13. You see that shit all the. There is no worse human being on the planet. I'm sure they're great people, but there's nobody worse than a little league parent during a game.
Well,
But things they say to the
No,
Well,
kids.
it's
No,
not
but
all
what
parents.
it is,
What happens is they're
it's-
trying to vicariously carry off the shit that they
Exactly.
do.
That's it. They're trying to validate their own
Yes.
life with their
Yup.
kids,
Yup.
and I do not want to do that with my
Yup.
kids. Like
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
like even to this day, like I'm trying to come up with business plans for my kids to become business owners now. Like
Real estate.
like oh yeah, oh believe me, that is the end ticket. I mean, what is that?
There's a lot you can do in it.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
very
you
easy.
can rent, you can flip, you can. I mean, there's so
you
much.
can be a real Zach of all trades.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, like I said, 7 years without, 7 months without having a job. But you know, I know one day, like, hey, I'm gonna have to get a
Yeah.
job.
You know,
It's
it's
faith, bro.
cliche.
You
It's
gotta have
cliche,
that
but
faith.
But it's what foundation have I built in these 7 months for me to be able to say, hey, let me go get a job. Let me go back to the grind now. You know what I mean? Like, what if I build? So that's one. That's kind of where I've been, and those were two. Like I'm planning for the future. Like we want to get my kids some vending machines, and let them run their own vending machines. And vending machines can always be passed down. Like I saw 3 more kids. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
You got 5
How many
kids?
kids you
I
got?
have 5 kids.
Damn, John!
I have 5 kids, man.
So 5.
Wow.
All from the same woman, thank God. You know what I mean?
Praise
It's
God.
it's
That
That
is a
is
blessing right
my
cool.
wife. You know, but
5 and 2, yeah.
I got 2, bro, and that's
I have 3 girls and 2 boys. My oldest son's a boy. My youngest son's a boy. So I kind of bookmarked, you know.
That's
girls.
cool, man.
I
Congrats.
gotta catch up. You guys got like I'd start something.
Well, you gotta like a woman first.
It's because of the purple suit. There comes old Jeff.
Love it.
Nah, actually, I really do like the purple.
It's sharp.
It's actually not even purple.
It's a Willy Wonka.
It's
It's
like a lavender.
it's lilac.
JC Penny had to say.
He asked Alex.
Yeah, I asked Alex, man. He's my influencer.
Yeah, that's it. I have a baby blue suit that don't fit me. But
Hey, man, these are matching over here. We
but
both getting over here now.
yeah, I mean that's really it. Like how can I set myself up for my kids? You know, that's
Yeah,
I want to give my kids that head start that. And I'm not saying my dad didn't do a great job. You know,
Yeah,
my mom didn't do a great job. They did what they knew. You know what I mean? But I've taken the time to learn these things. Like,
Do you think you had, like, because I know this is what happened for me, like, there's this pivot point. You get in your, like, early 20s. Sometimes it never happens. But there's a point in time where you sort of realize that, like, your parents don't have it all figured out.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I don't
And like
I tell my
you get
kids.
kind of like
I tell
pissed
my-
off right before it happens, and then you get mad at them, and
Like,
then you
fuck
realize
me.
right in that
My
moment they're
parents
like,
argue me.
oh, they don't know like that you did this.
No, so I tell my kids all the time. One thing you have to understand: being a parent does not come with owners, man. Like I'm,
Yeah, you
like,
learn this, you
like
guys?
I, no, I
Never
tell my
mind.
kids, I'm learning every day. I tell
Yeah,
and
that's it right there.
and one thing I do with my kids, I apologize whenever I'm not. Sorry, I do too. I apologize whenever I'm not. Like I might scold the shit out of them. I mean, I don't spank my kids anymore as of like a year ago. But like whenever I'm wrong and I chew them out, like I'll go back and I'll tell them like, hey, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry.
Learn how to
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah.
And
Dude, it's big. Like
yeah,
I understand that.
and that's just like
I've been there too.
you know what I mean? And
Cause you do, bro. You get pissed. You mess up.
The thing is, like, it still blows my mind. Josh from high school, 5 fucking kids, man.
That's a lot of kids, bro.
Damn, Joshy.
That's cool, bro.
You know
That's
what's crazy?
That's a blessing.
You know what's wild is before me and my wife. Well, we actually stood up for 6 months too. After my daughter. Before my wife, and you know we had that break. Man, I had so much unprotected sex. Like I'm not even gonna lie. But like I wasn't that douche where I was just like stop talking to him. Like I would stay around, make sure you know there was no babies. And we never had kids. The same thing with her. She was with the guy for 3 years. And they tried to have a kid. And they couldn't. And so when I met her, she had my oldest son. You know, he's not mine biologically, but you know, I raised him since he was 3.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, bro, she got pregnant on 3 different birth controls.
Brah.
3 different birth controls, bro.
If the Lord wills it, dude. I got so
Yeah,
Be
that was
fruitful.
part of my story, dude. I was 19.
There you go.
I was a freshman in college. I had just moved into the dorms.
Fucked up.
Oh, dude, I joined the frat, bro. Like, it was out of control. Dude, we were having
Is that where you was acting at?
fun.
He's a different fraternity.
No, I was too busy having fun, dude. I didn't even pay attention. And I started DJing shit.
We
like,
did
it was
meet,
crazy.
though.
Yeah, we ended up like realizing later.
Man, this is actually.
Dude, I was 19. It was my high school sweetheart. She had moved away after we graduated. And I flew her out, bro. Come to a frat to have like formals, they're kind of like proms. With alcohol.
Legally.
Yeah.
Dude, I flew her out, bro. She came back, came back in November around Thanksgiving, dude, and was like, it's yours. Dude, we were in the car, bro, and she was just like, I'm pregnant. Dude, we went to Walgreens on Rio Grande, bro. Got a pregnancy test on like the floor of Walgreens, dude, and like
Would you fucking-
everything just stopped, bro.
Oh,
Like,
But what?
oh well, it was the hardest time of my life because I had the biggest decision of my life to make back then, and like, dude, I'm Catholic, bro. Like
You're talking
know.
bad decision.
I know it's not an option, but I was so compromised in my mindset at that time, dude. That
Now she moved away. Like,
well, dude, I was a mess, bro. There were girls. I was out of control.
Yeah.
And she, I mean, wanted really nothing to do with me, like, down the road because that was a hard 9 months, bro. Like, you know, careful because I will say this to the kids, bro. When they say get it out of your system, don't do that. Because
Yeah.
put that shit away and never pull it out,
do
bro.
that shit
Like,
responsibly.
just don't get it. There's nothing in there that you need to pull out, bro.
You know what? Like honestly, like there's nothing in there that's not gonna bring
It's
you.
just
that,
gonna fuck your life up.
That's straight up.
Yeah.
And we all know that because we've all been there, we've all done it, and it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but like it almost killed us. Like
was
it,
that
how many
10,
times
30 minutes?
it was
like
bad, bro. And like I had to make big decisions very fast, dude. Thank God that
at 19.
At 19,
I mean,
had no idea what I was doing.
honestly, whenever we graduate, we're
kids.
We're thinking
Dude,
adults.
you're
Bro,
children.
we're
We're still
kids.
babies, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Babies.
like okay. So here's my thing. When they graduate high school, isn't it funny how they tell us, here, go out to the real world, but they haven't prepared you for fuck.
I think it's designed to do that.
Haven't
Oh my God. There it goes.
No credit. Like, come on now. Like, did they ever teach us?
Nah, but it's fucked up, dude. Like
No.
the school system is not updated, bro. Like
Honestly,
we have
me and my
not.
wife, we didn't think about homeschooling our kids.
Dude, you might not have a choice.
And teaching our kids what we want to teach them, like
Yeah.
Real world lessons.
like I mean how to carry a firearm, how to you know what I'm saying?
Decent, like,
I mean like
My mom taught me how to balance a checkbook
How
when I was
to
8 years
start
old.
it.
but,
How to start a
exactly
business.
no look at that. At 8 years old, his mom
Yep.
taught him like, hey, let me
Yep.
this is gonna be useful for my
Yep.
son.
Yeah.
Like
You know how to do your taxes. You don't have to pay another person to do it for you.
Simple, dude.
I just know about
My mom's not good at math though, so my dad.
How to build credit.
That's it,
right?
right?
And
Oh, bro. So, how to build credit? We're teaching my kids young. We're gonna do a secure credit card for them,
Mhm.
and that's gonna be their allowance.
Ah.
And we pay it, but that's their allowance.
Builds it
Like,
in.
we would have to pay it anyways.
I can get your son pre-approved on a 30-year fixed mortgage.
But like,
By the
that's it,
time
like,
he's 8.
You pay that shit off by the time he's my age.
like my kid, like my credit might be screwed. I'll be down.
Takes time.
Mine's worse.
I'll be down.
I got excellent credit.
I'm
I'll check
that. I'm check that. No, but you know, like I just, I don't know. I think now, like I don't really like. Yes, I mean, I think for myself. You know, I think for my business, and I think for the things that I want. But it's really like my kids don't know it. You know, it's really how can this help
Yeah.
propel my kids to that.
That's a beautiful sentence. I love it because you guys legit, you guys work your asses off for your kids.
Yeah.
Their futures.
Like I want my kids to go to the Quake I ain't gonna lie.
The Bears.
Like I'm not gonna lie.
I just want like dude, I want my kids to love learning.
Like the selflessness of that, like that's beautiful. Like I work for myself.
Yeah.
But like to see that, and you know, and like now I see why my dad busted his ass the way he did. Why he'd fall asleep on that couch with his work boots on, and now he still does it with his iPad full.
He didn't even want to fucking get up because he's so
Yeah,
tired. Like
like,
so
I get pissed when he'd ask me to take off his shoes, not knowing that he busted his ass. That whole thing.
so my son, he just got accepted into South Valley Prep, which that's like so my son.
That's Carl. That's Carl.
Is it a
Montes' school. Yeah.
Is it a Montessori?
No, it's
No.
the premier preparatory school in Albuquerque.
Oh,
Yeah.
So my son he's not book smart, like at all.
Mhm.
Like, but you give him this pen and you take it apart and you tell him to put it back together. He will put that shit back together. Like so for Christmas these last 2 years we bought him like 1,000 Legos each one, and bro, you should see the shit he built.
wow.
With no book. And first time he brought me, and I was like, look, Dad, look at this typewriter. And I mean, it was probably a typewriter this big, had actual, you know, little buttons and shit. And I was like, how'd you do that? Like, where's the book? He said, there's no book.
That's dope.
It just came from my head.
Well, the thing is, bro, everybody has something.
Yeah.
Everyone has a
Everybody
gift.
has a gift from God. dude,
So,
that, like,
so this was my thing as a parent. Okay, I know normal school's not my son's strong suit. And I'm okay with that. And for a while, I used to rag my son, what are you doing? You're a class clown, because that's what I was.
yeah.
But
Shut up.
because I was bored, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was so smart,
yeah,
I was
I was-
boring.
yeah,
Like,
I
it
feel
was,
that.
Oh, we saw that.
it was boring. Like,
Yeah.
I was smart as fuck. Like, even to this day, like,
No, everyone is.
I have
That's
math in my
point.
head,
It's
like
bro,
nothing.
everybody has a
But-
genius form.
so it
that
was
you can
me,
find it.
what school in Albuquerque can help my son
Yeah.
get to the next level that, you know, that goes to his strengths, not his weaknesses. Because if I can 10 times his strengths and let him figure out his weaknesses later on down the road,
He can
whenever he has money to pay for someone
Tell me
else.
he's not doing our sales pitch, my recruitment sales pitch. Like, we want to build your strengths. You know, if you're not good at doing something, why the fuck would I make you do
Exactly,
it?
that's
Yeah.
it.
Like, what, so you can be average at a bunch of things? No, I'd rather you be incredibly successful in one area and then build everything else around it. And that's what it's all about, you know.
But that's really like, I don't know, like my son got into South Valley Prep. How are we gonna do it? I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out.
You got yourself, because Carmen Montes, I will give her a huge shout out. She's over there. She was my teacher at Kit Carson.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Kit Carson right there off Barcelona, right?
No.
No.
She started at Kit Carson, but the school's down there off Barcelona, the new one, South Valley. But she
No. So the new South Valley Prep's actually over there by San Jose Community Center. They upgraded.
They upgraded. Well, Carmen was my reading teacher in 5th grade. I was in there with all the 8th graders. And she, hey, gotta give some book smarts. Book smarts, this guy doesn't stop reading, by the way. But she has the best preparatory school in Albuquerque now. And I'm not just saying that because I know her. It's been voted on by the Department of Education. They've passed Bosque Prep.
Oh shit.
Which is like $35K a year to send a kid.
And it's cool.
And they teach them life skills.
And honestly, yeah, dude, like they teach my son, you'll learn robotics. I don't know about now with all this COVID shit, but robotics was one of them. That's why I wanted to get in. Culinary arts was another one.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one more. That I mean, he liked it, but it wasn't like his big, hoo-ha.
Yeah.
It was really.
But he has the option.
Yeah, he has the options.
Like, that's an amazing opportunity.
And yeah, hell yeah, and it's just like shit, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? Maybe my kids might go to 5 different schools, but fuck it. Like, if they can all figure out a way, I don't know. Like I said, I'll be damned if my kids don't have the right platform.
Mm-hmm.
One of them would probably fuck it up. That's just usually how it goes.
My parents got 2, so.
But that's pretty much. I mean, that's.
Who are you voting for? Sorry.
Who am I voting for?
Who are you voting for?
Kanye. Fuck it. It's not like our electoral votes matter.
I wanted to get that started.
No comment.
Nah.
No comment.
I don't know.
It's a shit show.
All right, but
No, honestly, I mean, it really is.
in-
I figured we had one celebrity apprentice. Why not
in-
another one? You know what
I mean, in 2022, who are you voting for?
oh, for here?
No, when I run for state representative in the South
There it
Valley, who are you
is.
voting
There
for?
it is.
Look, I love Art de la Cruz. I'm voting for him. I'm writing him in. But it's about damn time.
No, it is. We need change.
We do need change. And this is the thing. You guys fight for your kids. You guys work for your kids. That's great. But it's time for someone to go in there that has that same mindset for everybody's kids.
So, so.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna drop that egg bomb. I'm gonna drop an egg bomb too.
Oh shit.
So
Number 6 or what?
So, we were talking about change and all this and that, and I was talking about someone has to create change.
Mhm.
And I was thinking one day, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Why don't I create change?
Yeah.
So, I'm actually planning it out now. I'm actually starting a nonprofit. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but it's gonna create change. It's gonna show kids how to become an entrepreneur young, how to apply for a business loan, how to apply for LLC, how to apply for a resale license. Our kids in New Mexico have nothing for them to do. Like everyone's talking about, this defund the police, right? Which I think possibly, I don't, not the whole thing, but take 10% of everywhere and let's give it back to our kids. They are our future. Why are we not investing in? Like I tell people, you do not cry whenever they're taking away from your kids every single fucking year.
Right.
Yeah.
Whenever they keep taking 10% for the last 10 years,
Yeah. Oh, the city.
It goes on top of that. Don't defund the police. Reallocate the funds. Defund the military. We spend more than the next 23 nations after us combined on defense.
But
22 of whom are our allies? There's no reason
But
for this.
see, I'm not even like I'm not even educated on that.
It's
stuff.
crazy. Well, the money flow in this country, dude, is insane.
Real education goes beyond what they can actually teach us. What's going on?
Honestly, what is college? Like,
What is college?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
What
You're
is
not talking
college?
about a gimmick, bro.
You want to
Shit
talk
show.
about no?
it's
Ruined
a
my
game,
life.
You want to talk about sharks?
It's a game.
You want to talk about sharks? You were the little fish that took the bait and the shark fucking ate you.
I
did,
took the
bro.
bait.
I took the
It's
bait
hard.
What, 90 grand?
Hard.
No, I got it.
Well, I mean, you probably weren't that far in, but after 4 years, what are you in, 90 grand?
I don't want to blame the schools. And I don't want to blame schools.
It's a bureaucracy, bro.
The fact of the matter is, we're all told that we have to do something in order to be successful. You have to go.
You're not
to
told
work.
that you could build something.
Yeah, look, an example of my dad. I have to give him a shout. My dad dropped out of Rio Grande twice. His senior year and then his next senior year. He dropped out twice. My dad is now one of the biggest contractors in the state of New
That's
Mexico.
it.
My dad,
Did Jeff Bezos fucking...
my dad was a professional boxer. He got up to number 3 in North America, number 12 in the world. He's a badass, right?
Yeah.
He got in a street fight, lost his middle finger. He went into a horrible depression, spiraled out.
Oh, yeah.
And now, my dad is, he's paid off everything he has. He's raised 2 kids to the best of his ability. He gave us everything we ever needed financially. He takes care of his parents financially. He's been a good husband to my mom. My dad is an example of, you don't need to go to college to be successful. You just need to have some fucking balls.
You gotta have drive, bro.
Good old capitalism, bro.
Like,
We all deserve even playing field. Even playing field. It's Freudian stuff. Even playing field.
Yeah.
Socialism works.
I mean, you're not lying whenever you say.
Well,
that.
it's
and
dude,
maybe
the
not
problem
an
is
even
the-
playing field, but we need to at
Well,
least be
here's the
able to
problem.
see the other baseballs, the other baseball field that's being played
Yeah.
on, so we
Yeah,
can learn
yeah,
some
yeah.
It's
shit.
the Yankees versus a Little League baseball team.
It's a hard problem across the board, bro. It's people taking advantage of other people. It's decisions being made to fire people 2 years before their retirement just so you could save a buck.
Boom. Unregulated.
It's just bad, horrible people making decisions that take advantage of other people, bro. It's not the system. It never was the system. It's people trying to tear down other people through whatever power they can scrounge up, bro. And it's a deeper seated issue than the defund police. It's always has been.
That's a surface level thing.
That's exactly why we have to become that man.
And this gives me hope. This gives three people just sitting here, legitimately, have more integrity than the people that are running the show right now. I mean, just three random collection of people down here that are just trying to make
It
it.
happens everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, but let's put $100 million in your pocket.
Oh, can be a power hungry son of a bitch.
And let's say that, hey, let's teach this little Mexican, this little Hispanic kid how to create the $100,000, or you can take the $100,000 and put it in your pocket and have $200,000.
That's a good one, dude.
Damn, I take the
I like
2K,
that.
100K. I wouldn't think about that.
No,
But that's what the human mentality is like.
That's
When
exactly
you,
what it
it's
is.
easy to say I'm gonna give when you
And
don't
I'm not-
have anything to give.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But when you got it,
and-
it's yours.
And I'm not saying that that's the right thing, but that's
That's the way we're designed as creatures.
Exactly.
Well, and dude, for me, biblically, it's like, dude, he said if you have 2 cloaks, give one away.
Mhm.
And it's like, when you look at it from that angle, man, like, we as Americans across the board, dude, we live very lavish lives.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And there's a lot of people that are very near to us that don't live that lavish lives, dude.
Seriously, a middle class American lives better than a high class
I don't even
Canadian.
think there is middle
Well, but
class.
it's not even that, bro. Like, I freaked out. Like, there's problems in our neighborhoods around us, bro. Like, there's kids that don't have basic amenities.
But we're so
right?
desensitized to it.
That's
Yeah.
it. I don't know.
Because
Like,
every day,
like that's it. Like so with my nonprofit, that's what I like. My kids
Yeah.
get this because that's what I'm teaching my
Mhm.
kids. But what about that little kid at Rio Grande that
Yeah.
he has to work a job and
He doesn't
perfect
have
example.
the-
This one I want to see. Like when you drive down to Sleda, Rio Bravo to Sleda, Bob's Burgers. They have their graduates that worked for them. There was 6 names up there. That means there's 6 kids that were going to school full time when they're 17, 18 years old that still had to work that job. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like, who has time to focus on school when
Who
you're
has time to
working your
focus
ass off,
on
when
it?
you're trying to, you know, you're a provider for your family and you're that age. Like,
It's crazy.
it's crazy, man. It's
Yeah.
really, it's insane. It really is.
that's really like that's what my goal is to do for that kid that didn't have that.
Well, and what's crazy, man, is they're eroding at the very culture right now that created this country. I mean, this country was founded on the backs of working people, building businesses and sharing with each other. And as it's gotten so big and so convoluted, dude, there's people that are getting, you know, in a sense, left behind. But that's not to say that, like, to me, it's a cultural problem, dude. Like, we have to teach these kids that
100%.
working hard is more important than knowing the Pythagorean theorem. Like, don't get me wrong, you
Bro,
get to learn shit, but you
How's it gonna help?
I was in 4th grade, and whenever we went to the
Planetarium?
yeah, whenever they teach you about the fucking the stars and the stripes and all, or the stars and all that shit, I brought, since 8 years old, or 4th grade, was it 10, 11, 9, something like that. I literally said, what the fuck does this have to do with me making money?
Mhm.
At 9 years old, like, what does this have to do? Like, even in history, I should be like, man, okay, I understand this is the way that these people came here, but
I love history.
No, but I get, but that's the
but
we
see,
didn't
like,
let the kids make
like,
a choice. Like, there shouldn't be
Like,
core classes.
like-
Does that make sense?
yeah,
I hate math.
I love math.
See?
I hate math.
I love math, but I
You gotta get
hated
them
science.
the disc
I hated.
You ever heard of the DISC test?
No, what is that?
It's a personality test.
Oh,
wanna
I've
see
known
it.
one of those, but it was with an animal.
What were you?
It's
I was a lion and a gorilla.
okay, but like, dude,
This
you
one's
need to
fun.
do the DISC test.
Okay.
So it separates. It basically gives you about 4 quadrants of the types of people that there are.
Yeah.
And I don't want to butcher it. I want everybody to go look it up and check it out because it not even for like. We took it as a company so that we could understand each other better, so that the communication would be better, so that the results would be better.
Mhm.
And dude,
It worked.
it was gravitational. Like it was crazy because once you realize that the friction that you have with somebody is not because it's not good work, it's because you guys aren't communicating the way that your personality type wants to be communicated to.
Mm.
So but that's just communication. It is groundbreaking for me. I know it was when you do this thing and it shows you that you are so one thing and so not something else, that you can start to accept that, hey, I'm not good at this, but I'm really good at this. I should focus, like you said earlier, on this.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to beat myself up and not do this. And in business, find someone else who's really good at this thing that you're not good
Let me
at.
talk to him.
Partner up with them.
Hey, let's go
And
to lunch.
because you can't build it all by yourself.
And here's the thing, everybody in this building is uniquely qualified for their job.
Yeah.
Legitimately. We all are extremely strong in the position that we're in. I'm in real estate, little secret, I can't sell a house to save my fucking life. But I am good at finding people that can sell houses. You know? Daniel here, he didn't get his degree in marketing.
I got an organizational communication because I wanted to stay away from math.
And I've never seen one market like him. Ramon Casals, our CEO, he and I, we didn't really know each other in college. He was very quiet in college from what I saw. He is the most inspirational person I've ever met in my life. We have our transaction management department where that's where I started. They're so organized. That's not my type of personality, but we all have found our role. And that's what everybody's doing.
it.
But the thing is, I failed at a lot of things before I got here.
So do you guys know Derek Grace?
I don't.
He is he's a black dude, has dreads, tattoos all over his face. He's known for his daughter, she was like 5 years old, taking apart and putting together a life. And their big thing is creating a family business. When you guys were just explaining this is what it feels like when he was talking about. He said everyone has a certain role in this business. Everyone knows their role. Some people are really great than others at these things. You don't put your family who's really good at accounting, you don't put them in marketing.
Mhm.
You don't put them so that's just what it sounds like. You know what I mean?
It's important
you
because
guys-
you have
you guys
to.
have really-
If you don't understand how people
Yeah.
function, if you're not keen, this is why so many businesses fail. It's because they try to force people to do things that they're not good at doing. There is a natural propensity for everybody to do certain things better. We break it down into 2 quadrants pretty simply. You have aesthetic people, and you have pragmatic people.
Mm.
Aesthetic people, I like to start with pragmatics. Numbers.
Mhm.
They're the ones that they see an end to a means. There's always something that they're going towards.
an equation.
There's a system that's always involved with that. Aesthetics, they're your creatives, man. They're the ones that it takes sometimes time to get to those results. It's about how it feels
And see,
more
like,
than
I
how
never-
it works.
I was never a creative person growing up.
You might be more
Yeah.
pragmatic.
But now?
Yeah, everyone has a propensity
now?
to be creative.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean-
I don't like
I
the
mean-
word.
I mean-
I don't like the word creative in
Yeah.
that one.
No,
It tends to be the
yeah.
people who thrive in that.
Yeah.
It really is the people who are focused on the feelings
Yeah.
surrounding things more than the actual thing itself.
And see, I think that's me. I don't my wife always tells me, she goes, you have no feelings.
Ooh.
I don't have no emotional attachment to anything. Other than my kids. my
Yeah.
wife.
Well, I mean,
I really don't. I really don't. So my wife says I have no emotional You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like. I feel empathy for people, but at the same time, like, I know what I've been through, and I know where I'm at. Like, my life's not fucked up. You know, like, I just like, I want to see everybody do well, but at the same time, like, hold everybody accountable.
There you go. I like that. I like that train of thought. You have to be, you know, at some point, you have to stop blaming your past for your present state of things.
Dude, victim mentality is the biggest problem we're facing. Everybody blames everybody
But
else.
you know what? Like,
Right.
okay, they rag on all of us millennials that we want everything handed to us. Who's the one that fucking wanted everything handed to
Who
us?
raised us? That's what I
Exactly.
think. It's like, bro, you want to come
Exactly.
at my generation? You raised my generation.
Exactly.
And, you know,
You wanted that 8th place trophy because I fucking sucked at soccer. Like, you wanted to give me it. Did I want it? No, no.
we were part of the PTA.
It's
we were
never,
part.
I mean, it's every generation has its battles, bro, and every generation has its way that it fucks
You all
with
right?
its kids. I'll leave.
Can we talk about these Gen Zers?
Dude, I think they're just. I mean, they're products of the environment that they're growing up in. Their access to information is unprecedented.
They're going to be the greatest generation.
They will destroy themselves if they don't understand how
Honestly,
to keep themselves.
I think our generation is the first generation to push back.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
The 70s,
every
you know, you have
generation
hippie
has-
movement.
yeah, dude.
You know, like I think I heard this.
Maybe I just, like I said, I'm not.
I know, but I heard this. I heard this before recently. It says every generation that comes is the greatest generation there's ever been.
Of course, yeah, I think so.
Wait, because we keep evolving.
But
Yeah, 'cause
technology
we
is
more
always at the
accepting.
tight. That's the thing. Is like, dude, technology is always moving forward. But what we have now with the internet is way different than anything in history.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like it.
Oh, hell
We
yeah.
took a quantum
We-
leap.
we are-
We've leaped
and
thousands.
There's some kind of a formula that they say like technology like continues to like duplicate its like ability. Computer chips get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, dude, we're getting close to breaking points, dude. Where like we don't even know what to do with this technology. It's gonna start telling us what to do, and
That's scary.
That's a
That's
bad
terrifying.
place to be because you start losing your humanity. And so if we don't understand that, like, yeah, dude, 10 years ago, the internet was escaped from what you thought was reality. Today,
The internet
the
is reality.
Well, I say bullshit, dude. Today, the reality of the things that are happening right around you, the immediate presence, us three sitting here right now talking, that's what's important, man.
Oh no
That's
no
what-
no no.
Like
no,
if you're
yeah.
not present in those moments, the internet
I know what you're saying.
can steal your life away
Yeah.
because you're so busy watching
No,
everybody else's
no,
life.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know, like, a lot of people, like, they base their life off of how many likes they get on their posts.
It's
and
crazy.
How many,
It's a machine, dude. They designed it to make money. It's meant
Yeah.
to. They make money off your attention. That's what it is. It's not. You don't get to download Instagram for free. You pay them every minute that you're on there.
hell yeah, you do.
FaceTime, yes.
It's
Some old man told me, like, I mean, he was the one that taught me how would he get paid off of Instagram.
Yeah.
An old man.
Yeah.
He's
It's-
actually selling his business, by the way.
And it can be, and don't get me wrong, like it's a tool, like any other thing, but it's not real. You know what I mean?
It's
Most
the
of it is
facade of
bullshit,
reality.
yeah.
I mean, dude, for the last few years, I looked so happy and go lucky on
Dude,
Facebook.
yeah.
It's like, that's not the way life was spiraling, man.
Bro,
It's just
bro, a lot of people wouldn't know that I battled depression. since I
Yeah,
was-
yeah, of course not.
since-
It's a highlight reel.
since
And
I
if
was
you look at
little.
it as a highlight reel, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, bro.
But if you're comparing yourself to other people, dude, how can you ever be happy?
yeah, you want
Yeah.
to.
So this was my thing.
Okay.
My mom, when she came to my house a couple days ago, she told me, and that's why your sister just bought a 2-story fucking house and you're still stuck in this apartment. Before, my mom was like, that would have killed you.
Yeah.
Now, I told my mom I
Good
told my
for
mom
her.
that's wonderful.
Good for her.
I'm happy for mom. I said, but her journey's not my journey.
There you go.
Believe me, because like my dad told me, you need to get a house. You need to get a house all the time. Believe me, I want a house.
I got you.
And believe me, the house that I'm gonna get is gonna be a badass
Yeah,
house.
Hell yeah.
You
That
have
bitch
faith.
is-
You have faith that it's coming.
That bitch is gonna be cash.
You know that, yeah.
Like-
you know you have a path that you're
That's it.
paving, bro.
My-
I want to end with this for everybody, bro, because this is something that has really shaped our mindsets here at Rock. We're doing really well. Quick shout out to the Rock, man. If you're a little bit lost and you're in real estate, man, we got you, because what we're doing over here is focusing on our people and then in turn the people build the business.
There you go.
We have 10 core values
Okay.
that we have implemented into our system that drives everything. It's the root that and it's changed, and we've evolved it, and we've grown it, and we've molded it to where we know
Business has to evolve.
we know that these values will make people successful, and the proof is in the pudding. So the first one is 24/7. That doesn't mean that you're losing sleep over your business, or sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
That means that you are always in the mindset of doing your business. And even when you're playing with your family, you are conscientiously turning that off so that you can be with your family, and it's about doing everything to the full capacity at all times.
But if that phone rings,
24/7.
Gotta be ready. That's
You gotta be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Answer your damn phone. That's when we're at 10. I think 6, 7. Answer your damn phone. Number 2 is own it, bro. It's just owning everything that you do, being
Good or
bold,
bad.
being
Own your
good and
bullshit.
bad, being bold.
hey, everybody loves to own the good.
Oh,
Everybody hates to own the good.
yeah.
Hey,
Own it.
I'll tell you what, I
Like
wasn't
you-
afraid to tell you, hey, I have my sister.
Yeah, but you've grown there,
You
bro.
know, like,
You've gotten there.
Honesty.
yeah.
It takes time. It's a skill. It's not. It's.
Am I proud of it? Hell no.
No.
But that, hey,
But it's
But
part
it
of
happens.
Yeah. The next one is lifetime value. It's the idea that everyone that you meet, you have the intention of developing a lifelong relationship with that person. A genuine, authentic relationship. It's not business. It's not just business or friends. Everyone is a part of that community that you bring to yourself, and you bring that value for life. That's how you build a solid network. That's how you build, people around you. You invest in lifetime value.
yeah.
The next one, bro, is be the solution. Doesn't matter what, dude. We sell houses. We do a lot more than sell houses. We advise people and do our very best to give them all the resources that they need to take that next step in life. And if they need anything, we may not even know the answer, but we will find that answer, and we will make that happen for them. And we'll find that person that can do it the best for them. So be the solution always for everyone, however you can. Leading by example, it's a no-brainer. We all know that if you don't walk your own talk, it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no point.
The walking your own talk leads into the next one, which is live in the truth. Because if you're lying to yourself or you're lying to others, everything will collapse eventually.
Mark Twain said, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said.
Ain't that the damn truth, bro? I
Right?
got caught in some lies on my
Oh, it's bad, bro. And
Yeah,
that
so-
one will destroy integrity. And the thing with integrity and reputation is once it's tainted, once it's gone, it's very, very difficult to get back.
It is.
It takes time, and it's hard to get back if
If at all
even
possible. Yeah.
The next one is go the extra mile. Do more for everybody than they expect you to
I
do.
feel like you're trying to pitch me a job.
No. This is, but it's more than just.
It's
our
more than a
work.
job, yeah.
Because it's if you apply these same concepts
life.
to your life, then you will move forward no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go the extra mile. Do more for people. Be happier. You know what I mean? Like just give more.
Yeah.
That leads into the next one, which is I'm gonna go with giver's gain mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a selfish notion. Don't think that, I'm just going to be giving this to this person so that I can get something in return. It's just a law. It's called the law of reciprocity. If you give, the things that happen in that person's world will make them more inclined to give back. And if you always are doing that, things will come to you. And it's just naturally occurring. But it takes you giving first. The Bible says,
give and almost.
dude, the Bible even says, dude, that you only retain that which you give away.
Mhm.
That it's kind of backwards thinking, but what's weird is like, dude, the more you give, the more you get in life. And it works because that's how we run this place. Always be learning is the next one. You never know it all. And if you think you know it all, you're in trouble.
Sounds hard for this guy.
We do to everybody at some point, And even it's funny how life works, bro, because you'll be humbled in one way or another if you're not already humbled, bro. Like, so always being open to learning something new is vital. And the last one, man, which is like one of the coolest ones, because this is where big things happen. This is where it's stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something
That's it, man.
that you've never done.
I tell people all the time, do something different.
Do something different,
bro. Like who would have
what
thought,
Albert
man?
Einstein said it, bro. He said that the definition of insanity is doing one thing over and over again and expecting a different result each time. If you don't step out of that zone where you are comfort, you will never grow. You will never be able to even express all of these things, because everything will be stagnant. And we've come to those ones, dude. There were more that were in the foundings, you know what I mean? That we know are important, but they weren't the core now. You know what I mean? And dude, for instance, I run the marketing here. When everything was happening, COVID, all this other crazy things, all this political chaos, bro, I'm in a position where I'm getting pressure from everything that's going on to make a statement in one way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, bro, I believe in my heart that these situations are designed to tear us apart.
Oh, 100%.
They're engineered to divide us. Okay? Now, bad things happen. How do you deal with that as a company who's just trying to do what you're trying to do? Well, for me, it wasn't following the crowd and doing what everyone else was doing. In fact, I was able to turn right back to these 10 core values, reanalyze them, and say, these right here are actually really helpful for the situation. Because if everybody followed those, we wouldn't have any
World would
problems.
be better.
Bro.
Hell yeah.
Yup. And so that's what we're running with right now, man. And it's working. So we're gonna keep doing that, and we're gonna keep, we're gonna keep trying to fix. We're gonna just try to keep feeding mouths, bro. We all got families. We all got things that we want to do, goals, dreams, plans, and the business is a vehicle to get to where you want to go, bro. What do you want to be driving?
He's been listening to my recruiting pictures.
Is it?
Yeah.
I knew I heard that floating around.
We had talked about it. I like it.
And it is, bro. If you think about it,
Your
like,
job,
you're
whatever you do for a
you're
living.
going somewhere. You're either walking or you're,
I know it
pick
is.
a lane.
We've
bro.
both been listening to Ramon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ram's a
that's it.
sharp dude, bro. I grew up with that guy. He's a badass, bro. And he's yeah, man. Hey, thanks.
So,
This is badass.
No, of course, man. So one way I always wrap it up is, what does no love lost mean to you?
No love lost, bro. I mean, life will let you down, man. Like, nothing's gonna go the way like you think it is, even if you think you have it all planned out. And I love it, dude. Like, your heart's gonna get broken, bro. And if you don't have the faith and the conviction that you are important enough to have an impact in this world, you will lose that love, because to me it's a choice, bro. And that choice is made every single day. And if you choose to live in love, I always tell people, what do you think the opposite of love is? Hate. That's what they all say. Every single person that I've ever asked that has said that. It's not. The opposite of love is fear. When you're living in fear, you can't be living in love.
That's true.
I like that.
That's true.
And go back to the Bible again, dude. He says there's only one healthy fear, bro, and that's something bigger than all of us, dude. That is. And for me, bro, I like that. I like what you got going on here, dude. This is cool.
Appreciate it, man. What about you?
Oh man, I guess I have to go back to my personal experience on this one. No love lost means, and I think of it with my parents. I've done some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And they've been mad. We've gone periods where we don't talk. But they still love me as much as they ever loved me. They probably love me more, And it's just something that it takes two ends to do it. It really does. It takes two people to love, and when the other person's not doing as much, you have to pick up the slack. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've heard it explained that loving someone is willing their better.
Yeah, it's a balancing game.
Yeah,
Because
Love's a two-way street, man.
Yeah. I always think that Vince Vaughn movie. I forget what it is. I think it's couples retreat. It's stupid to quote couples retreat, but he goes, love is not, it's a two-way street. It's not a highway and a bike path. You get what you put into it. I was like, all right, Vince, well, damn, you play yourself in every movie. That's a good one, though. Couples retreat.
That is a good one. Well, hey man, thank you guys for being
Thanks,
here.
Josh.
You might have to do another. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. Oh, just quick plug, right?
No, yeah. If you guys,
Rockstar Alliance podcast coming out soon. Keep your eyes out. We got big names, bro. Big people, big stories. All kinds of
huge,
shit, dude.
the biggest names.
Oh, it's awesome. Man. It's awesome. We got a lot going on, bro. If
That's
you guys
great.
need anything in real estate,
I'll post all their tags and everything will be posted
Big
below.
stuff, man. Big stuff.
Everything like that. Go follow them on social media. Again, social media is not.
We'll give you a shout out as well on ours.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You know, I
So-
appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Josh.
you, man. Good to see you, bro.
We'll see you next time we see you. He's gonna have 10 kids. Jesus.
No, hell no, no.
Factory shut down.
Let me call these sons of guns. Those are canceled appointments.
I think my biggest fear in life right now is doing one of those and like
It not recording.
Oh, I did it.
you did it
I've done
a whole one.
it.